morning, and thank you for joining us for this news conference, and welcome to day 2 of Grow the Great Life Week, where we will be highlighting upcoming street infrastructure improvement and construction projects. And joining me this morning are Thomas Schaefer, Assistant Director of Lincoln Transportation and Utilities, Jason Ball, President and CEO of the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, Tom Beckius, Chair of the Lincoln City Council, and Matt Stieber, Director of School Ministries with Messiah Lutheran. Investing in Lincoln's street infrastructure is a priority pillar for my administration, as the quality of our streets are vital to enhancing public safety and stimulating economic opportunity and growing the great life for our community. And our community too has demonstrated a strong commitment to supporting the maintenance and growth of our street network. In 2019, Lincoln voters made that commitment crystal clear when they approved a local quarter-cent sales tax dedicated to street rehabilitation and construction. This additional sales tax revenue, which we allocate through an initiative we call Lincoln on the Move, is supplementing our street budget over a 6-year period. Lincoln on the Move funds have accelerated our work to care for and construct more streets, and we are so pleased to stand before you today to share how we are using these funds and the rest of our street budget to grow the great life in Lincoln over the next year. Now, also key to making this street infrastructure investment possible is the support of our partners, including the Lincoln City Council. And I'd like to now invite Council Chairperson Tom Beckius to come forward and talk about these important investments that are delivering results for our community. Chairperson Beckius?
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thanks to our community's support of Lincoln on the Move, the City of Lincoln is investing in streets at record levels. As we approach the 2024 construction season, we are poised to continue this momentum through our upcoming $47 million investment in street infrastructure. These funds will add to our city's record investments over the past 4 years and bring our total investments in street infrastructure since 2019 to $258 million. As a part of this upcoming street work, Lincoln Transportation and Utilities will rehab and construct nearly 18 lane miles of arterial streets and make improvements to nearly 8 lane miles of existing residential streets. When these newest projects are completed, the city will have improved or constructed a total of 140 lane miles of arterial streets and 148 lane miles of residential streets since 2019. These improvements will enhance mobility and catalyze economic opportunities for businesses and residents. These investments also underscore our dedication to equitable growth. By prioritizing infrastructure enhancements in every corner of our city, we are fostering an environment where all neighborhoods can thrive. I'm proud to collaborate with my fellow colleagues on the Lincoln City Council, Mayor Lerian, and our partners in Lincoln Transportation and Utilities to deliver impactful projects that lay the foundation for a brighter future. Thank you to the residents of Lincoln for your ongoing support and engagement. Together, we will continue to build a community that we can all be proud to call home.
Thank you so much, Chair Beckius. I'd now like to invite up Thomas Schaefer, LTU's Assistant Director of Transportation, to preview what's in store for us this construction season. Thomas?
Thank you, Mayor. Looking ahead at the 2024 construction season, our team at LTU is gearing up for all 19 of our street improvement projects across the community. In just 1 week, we will begin another productive street construction and improvement season. We will continue to prioritize improvements to both arterial and residential streets. This year's arterial street projects include South 14th Street from Yankee Hill to Pine Lake Road, Layton Avenue from 48th to 70th Streets, West Highland Boulevard from Northwest 1st to Northwest 7th Street, and West Fletcher from Northwest 1st to Northwest 12th Street, and 84th Street from Pinedale to Southwood Drive. This project extends street improvements we made last year along 84th Street. We are similarly committed to enhancing safety and mobility through improvements to residential streets, and the upcoming residential street projects include the Everett neighborhood on 11th Street from South Street to K Street, and in the Country Club neighborhood. Street improvements will begin on Bradfield Drive from Sheridan Boulevard to South Street, include Sewell Street from Bradfield Drive to Winthrop Road, Rathbone Road from Van Doren Street to Plymouth Avenue, Van Doren Street from Sheridan Boulevard to the end of that street, and William Street from Sheridan Boulevard to Van Doren Street. With an increase in street construction and improvements, also comes for reminders to drivers to drive with caution. We encourage you all to slow down, stay alert, and be mindful of the construction crews working nearby. Keep a safe distance between you and the traffic cones and obey all traffic laws. Together, we can ensure everyone gets home safely. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, for your leadership and for that safety reminder. That's really important. And we want to thank as well all of our team members at LTU and the crews especially who are doing the work to build and maintain our streets. Now, another key component of our approach to street improvement projects in Lincoln is community engagement. And before embarking on any of our construction and improvement endeavors, we actively seek input and feedback from residents, businesses, and stakeholders in affected areas. And this proactive engagement allows us to understand the unique needs and concerns of the community, and that informs our work and helps us align it with their priorities and needs. From neighborhood meetings to online surveys, we provide multiple avenues for residents to voice their opinions and ideas. And this valuable feedback we receive is carefully considered throughout the planning and execution phases of our projects, guiding our decisions to create solutions that truly serve the community's best interests. Now, our next speaker is here to talk about how his engagement with Lincoln Transportation and Utilities is driving positive results for students, pedestrians, and motorists. And here to share more is Matt Stieber, the Director of School Ministries at Messiah Lutheran in East Lincoln. Matt, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Mayor. The collaboration between Lincoln Transportation and Utilities and its community partners like Messiah has truly been an enjoyable experience for me. Throughout the design process for 2 Lincoln on the Move 84th Street projects, and now continuing the construction phase for the second project, I felt both seen and heard by the city. I've seen our suggestions and ideas for additional projects like our school zone safety enhancements taken seriously, along with efforts to schedule street construction during the summer months when school is not in session. This effort is a true blessing for us and helps avoid heightened traffic issues during the busy drop-off and pickup times for students at Messiah. And I know from discussions with the city and with LTU that school zone safety is a priority of theirs. I'm thankful that the city is already looking ahead and connecting with neighbors, businesses, and partners like Messiah to improve Lincoln's current streets and plan to develop new streets to help meet the needs of Lincoln's growing community. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. We really appreciate all the input, engagement, and collaboration that we've had with you, and it's really helping to ensure that we maximize the benefits of our street infrastructure work for not only our residents, but for students who are on this busy corridor. Now, our partners at the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce share our deep commitment to street infrastructure development. And here to talk more about the role of our voter-approved Lincoln on the Move street investments and how they contribute to our community's overall economic vitality is Lincoln Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Jason Ball. Jason, thanks so much for joining us.
Mayor, thank you, and I want to thank the city for their leadership on making these important investments in street and road infrastructure here in Lincoln. It's an honor to be here for Grow the Great Life Week, day number 2, Transportation Tuesday. And if there's one message I want to share with the community, it's the business community knows and understands that streets and roads matter. Obviously, getting last mile infrastructure to new areas of town, as well as to new areas where businesses are growing, matters to both business expansion and our ability to grow this economy through recruiting new businesses to town. But it also matters deeply to opening up new areas for market rate housing development and other housing development that we all want to see happen here in Lincoln, as well as supporting our tourism economy, both through helping new community assets get built and constructed, as well as helping visitors find their way through the community with ease and a good driving experience. Lastly, our business community and our leadership understand The streets and roads matter deeply to public safety, both in helping keep our drivers safe on the road, as well as helping our first responders get through the city efficiently. Critical to all this is the quarter-cent sales tax that voters approved through the Lincoln on the Move initiative. In the view of the chamber and in the business community, this has been a very successful effort. This quarter-cent sales tax is now paying for roughly 40% of our street and road investments in the city, and it's been one of the most transparent processes. I encourage everyone to go to the city's website where you can easily find more information about the details about how and where Lincoln on the Move has impacted the entire community, and you'll find some projects close to where you live as well. All residents benefit when we invest in this vital infrastructure in so many ways. Lastly, before the summer construction season kicks off, I just want to remind everybody, it's easy to get frustrated when we see the orange cones go up. Just remember, please be patient. The inconvenience is temporary, but the benefit lasts for years to come. Thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you. We're going to have you back again and again throughout the summer when those orange cones are everywhere. All right. We're really proud that the Lincoln on the Move quarter-cent sales tax funding is helping support our local businesses and advance our economy. And in the year ahead, we look forward to delivering these new and improved streets that will help create new economic opportunity and grow the great life for all in Lincoln. As Jason mentioned, we have more information about the projects, and I invite everyone to learn more. Again, that website address is lincoln.ne.gov/projects. And with that, we would be happy to take any questions the media may have on our street infrastructure plans.
So what percentage of the investments this season are Lincoln on the Move, and how much are from other funds?
That's a great question, Margaret. Can you answer that question without doing some math, Thomas? Or do you want to try and take it?
I'd probably have to do some math with that. I couldn't do it off the top of my head, but you know, as Jason mentioned, you know, 40% of the street improvements are being funded with Lincoln on the Move funding. So that's probably a pretty good number, a rough good estimate to use.
What are you starting with? What's the first project or are these all starting kind of at the same time?
Someone told me the other day when I was asking him about his business, and when he was open, he said the first. I said, the first of what? He said, the first chance I get. And so a lot of these projects are with different contractors. So there's not one contractor that does all these projects. So as contractors have availability, as the weather is good, in fact, we have already started some preliminary work on 11th Street, doing some of the curb ramps and side streets. And I can think of a couple of others that have continued through the construction season from 23 that we're working on, like 40th Street, like the West A streets as well. So when the weather's good, we're working on projects.
Great. Oh, yeah.
I want to clarify for year 5, 2024 of Lincoln on the Move, it will invest an estimated $17 million into Lincoln streets. That's an estimated, 37% additional funding that Lincoln on the Move is providing in its 5th year of the program.
There we have it. Close to 37% on top of what we already, of the total street investments that we're making. Okay. Any other questions? All right, well, we're really grateful that you came today. Thank you for tuning in. We invite you all to come back tomorrow at 11:30 when we'll share more progress on our growing local workforce.